Hello guys, it's Kubak2000 here. Welcome to From LittleBigPlanet to Dreams series, where I focus on specific features that both LittleBigPlanet and Dreams are able to do, and then compare them both to see the improvements in Dreams shaping in Dreams, which is equivalent of Create mode in LittleBigPlanet 2. Today's episode is gonna be about sculpting or shaping the world, which is, the fundamentals of any other create mode in any other game, because that's where the characters got to move, right? The whole scenery is being shaped because of that. So let's get into it. LittleBigPlanet uses materials as a main brush. They are split into types of them, such as cardboard, which is the default one, sponge, polystyrene, which both are grabbable by the Sackboy, dark/light matter, which is the static material, wood, rubber, glass, heavy materials such as metal or rock, or weightless and collision-free materials such as hologram and sticker panel, which was later introduced in LittleBigPlanet 2 as a part of Movepack. As you can see, each type of the material has got a specific set of physical and interactive properties, but they can be set using a tool called Material Tweaker, where you can set their bounciness, friction, or set material to be a grabbable, sticky, or indestructible. While in LittleBigPlanet 3 you can have up to 16 layers of materials, I'm going to focus on LittleBigPlanet 2 where there are 3 layers because that's the last game in the franchise, which was developed by Media Molecule, so to have a fair comparison of create mode between both of their own games, I've excluded these 13 extra layers. You can also set their thickness from thin, which can go between full layers, to thick, up to 3 layers. The materials can be replaced over the same one when it has a different thickness, different lethal properties, so burning or electrified material can also replace each other, or when it has different type and texture of it. The biggest downside of materials is that they can't be used in 2.5D shaping. That means whenever you place a material, it's always going to be a polygon shaped object, not fully three-dimensional object. To counter these restrictions, there are pre-made 3D models in the game you can use, which are called objects. These can also be placed anywhere, though you cannot merge them, unlike the materials, cannot rotate them in any other axis, and they cannot be resized by in layers, so they are much more limited. Both materials and objects can have a different look, though, by tweaking material or by placing stickers or decorations, which also participate in shaping the look of the world you create in your level. Stickers are a very neat thing. You can change the overall color or even texture of your objects, and there are many presets ones you can use, or it's even possible to create one yourself by taking a photo or just using a paint tool the Movepack also has brought to the game. And decorations are just like objects. They are placed in 3D model, but their advantage is that they can be placed in any other angle, but its disadvantage is that the decoration itself cannot be stickered. Their significant advantage can be used on spinning discs, which were added as a part of DC Comics DLC pack, so that way the decorations will spin. But what's the scenery of your level without a proper lighting? The light source objects are also in the game, and there are 2 types of them, directional and aerial. You can set their intensity, fog, color, and can be interacted by the logic, which will be discussed on another video. LittleBigPlanet sculpting tools seem very limited nowadays, but these tools were enough to create sceneries such as this. Oh hey, that's my level. This. Or this. Media Molecule was not junking around with LPP. You can do many things with it, and for me it's even more surprising that Dreams is much more simple yet more advanced when it comes to sculpting. So how about Dreams then? Well, first off, Dreams uses a full 3D-dimensional space, so it's not using polygon-based tools to shape the world, unlike LittleBigPlanet. Instead, it uses voxels, which are 3-dimensional pixels. Well, sort of. The advantage of these is that you can make really precise models very easily, and technically, the more you mess with your own object, the more details it gets. Thus, it's making more resources usage of the PS4's hardware, so it takes away the need of having pre-made objects, right? Yeah, that's true. Though in Dreams there are pre-made objects, but all of them are made in exactly the same brushes, which can be used to make one yourself. Based on what I can see, there are no stickers like features or decorations, and that may be because brushes can do all of the work themselves. You can easily paint in stuff you already made on with multiple colors. There's also this neat feature where you can mix the colors, spin them around so they will change as you paint or sculpt in the game. The rest of the things seem to be somewhat similar as in LittleBigPlanet. You've got a grid, which is also in LittleBigPlanet. You can group objects in similar or even better fashion than in LittleBigPlanet. Transparency is also a thing which is nice. The lighting is also confirmed to be in the game, and it seems that it can be manipulated in exactly the same way as in LittleBigPlanet. As you can see, there is one directional cone-shaped yellow light shaft coming from the character, and there are blue lights across the scenery. All of the light sources seem to have their fogginess and radius set on their own ways. Basic tasks such as undoing, removing, or returning in dreams, especially copying functionality, has been improved a lot, in a way that you can declare how many copies do you want, and if you want these copies to range in a way to form a chain, or even make each of them to turn in a central angle, so that way you can create, for example, spiral staircases or spirals themselves much easier than in LittleBigPlanet. I also love the great emphasis of effects that you can make in dreams, but I couldn't see many of them in LittleBigPlanet. Just like by shaping any model, any object, you can create effects attached to objects such as waves, which Kareem showed right here. It definitely makes things much more dynamic without doing as much effort as you would do in LittleBigPlanet. The only thing I am not quite sure of its existence is the connectors or boards, because those things were actually nice in LittleBigPlanet, and I haven't seen them yet introduced in any of Dream's streams yet, though they were confirmed by the developers, so it remains to be seen. The cool thing about these sculpting tools in Dreams is what I've stated before. It's much simpler but also much more complex, and there were already great examples of these tools used in Dreams, created by either random people or developers themselves. Even the PSX trailer shows already so much you can do. So that's about it for today's video. The next part will be about music creation or sound creation in general. Hope you enjoyed this type of video. Leave a like if you like this video. Constructive criticism or just comments will be greatly appreciated. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.